Some of us have forgotten who we are. Some of us have forgotten our own true identity.
Just a boy, not fit to lead.
Show him who you are!
We have forgotten that we were called to rule, to reign, to have dominion, and to multiply. And no, I'm not just talking about children. I'm talking about businesses. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about revenue streams. I'm talking about expanding and multiplying your output, multiplying the people you are called to reach, multiplying your influence, multiplying the positive influence that you are called here to create. But how did this happen? Oftentimes we meet people and they introduce themselves.
Oh, hello, I'm Annalise. So nice to meet you. What's your name?
Then we introduce ourselves.
I'm Riva. Nice
We give
to
them
meet
our
you.
name, and then soon after, we go on to
to
tell them a whole synopsis about what we do, when we did it, how we did it, and where we did it.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
As if somehow it solidifies or validates us in our whole existence. Why is that? Or maybe we do this in order to feel better about ourselves. Or do we do it to make them impressed? The whole time knowing that this is the biggest sign of insecurity there is, talking about yourself. Or could it be that we don't know who we are? We've lost our entire identity into what we do, vice who we truly are. You know, we're wives and moms, we're athletes, we're coaches, we're teachers, and we're professionals. We're everything all at the same time. But at the end of the day, or when we start our day and we look in the mirror, we ask, who are we really? I wanted to make this a video in order to share with you 3 tips of how easy it is to identity shift your way into the best version of yourself so that you too can have the life that you desire and that you deserve from now on. It's just that easy. It's all about a mindset shift. Before we get into the 3 tips for today, please do me a favor and do those things that the algorithm loves. Because without the algorithm, I couldn't be before you today. So let's give a shout out for the algorithm. Because if it wasn't for the algorithm, you wouldn't be watching me today. So do the algorithms and me a favor by hitting the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. A lot of you guys are watching and I really appreciate you. But for some reason, you're not subscribing. And maybe you don't know how to subscribe. And maybe you don't know you need to make a Google account or link your Google account to your YouTube. And that's all. That's all it takes. And then you go and you hit that little button down there, the subscribe button. And if you like this video, you hit that thumbs up. And when you do that, it inspires me and motivates me to bring you more content like this because this takes a lot of my time. But I'm here for you. I'm here for me as we grow together on our personal development journey so that we can level up our lives and have the lives that we desire and we deserve. So thank you. So let's get into the video. Some of us have allowed our jobs and our duties, our titles, to become the mask we wear in order to quantify our value or determine our worth. Not truly realizing that our true identities, it comes from God. It comes from within. It comes from the God within. And on the flip side, on the negative side, because there's always light and there's always darkness, there's always yin and yang. Through the negative lessons of life, some of us have allowed the dramas and the traumas to become the dark mask that we wear in our hearts and on our faces sometimes. And they hold us hostage from being our best and highest selves. We shrink back into the identity of the things we did in the past or the things that happened to us, not realizing that we have more positive power and energy that can happen through us. So, here we go. Our identity is not shaped nor defined by the world standard. The word says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. I called you and I'm giving you a future and I'm giving you a hope. So there's already a plan for your life. But a lot of times life has happened and we've forgotten. We have to bring back into our remembrance of who we really are and what we were called to do and to become. There was always a plan for your life. There was already a plan for who you would become. But we have to get into the space, into that dimension, into that realm to realize what our true identity is. And that can only be found in God. The funny thing is that once we do realize who we are, we're left with a choice. We can either shrink back to that familiarity of our old past behavior, our old past ways, our old past habits, or we can choose to step out on faith and to walk as if we are that person that we truly desire to become. Every day is a choice. You wake up, you can choose to be the old past version of yourself, or you can look in the mirror and decide and determine through your manifestations and your prayers and all the things, all the work that you've done, all the scripting, all of the believing, you have a choice to take a step of faith and walk as if you are that person already. And it's only until you do that, you take that first step and then that second step, that the way is made clear for you. Just like when God's people had a choice to cross over the Jordan. The Jordan was a hard river to cross. You've heard that term, crossing over the Jordan, because it wasn't an easy task. But it wasn't until the people of faith took that first step that the way was made open and clear for them. A lot of times God has told us what to do. He's told us who we are. He's told us what we're supposed to do. But then it's not until we actually take that leap of faith or take that step of faith that the next step will be revealed for us and to us and then through us. God is not doing anything until we are able to apply our works, which is that stepping out, to our faith, which was all the things that you did during the week, the prayer, the fasting, the meditation, the scripting, all those things. God is waiting for you to make a move. Now, I have a question. What are you going to do? So I've given you number 1 and number 2, knowing who you are and knowing that you have to step out and go into action in order to manifest the life that you desire and deserve. Number 3 is to continue stepping. Continue leveling up. So say, for example, if you're in business and you've been making $50,000 a month in your business, and in your heart you believe that God has called you to make more money, to reach more people, and to bring your service to a greater aspect in the market. And one month you make 50,000, and then the next month you go back to your old ways because you've gotten comfortable. And then you started slacking off on praying, believing, meditating, working on your manifestations, and then you go back to making $10,000. Or you just stay at $50,000 when God has called you to do so much more, right? I just talked about it in my live about action, traction, and then distraction. Are you allowing your previous successes to become a distraction for the action that you're supposed to take next? That's a question. Are you allowing what's going on in the world or the news or what's going on out there in the world outside of you to cause a distraction from what you're supposed to do in this season? In this season, we're supposed to be identity shifting into our best selves so that we can bring greater services to the marketplace, so we can bring our better selves to the marketplace, and so that we can be able to move and shift this world into a better place. So that's my question. What step are you in? Do you not know who you are? Or you know who you are and you're not doing the things that you were supposed to do? Or are you number 3? You were able to bring yourself to that new level and then you got comfortable. Is that you? Or are you distracted by the things that you are able to create and the things that you are able to design and the things that you are able to bring into your life? Has that become a distraction for you? And you forgot to go back to step 1? Because every level is a new task. Every level is an opportunity to be greater. This is exhausting. If this video inspires you and you want to see more content like that, and if you want to start leveling up your life and optimizing your time, please Be sure to watch my other video that I posted last week about how to stop doom scrolling your life away in order to optimize and bring about the best life that you can have, the one that you desire and you deserve. So until next week, actually this week on Thursday, I'll drop another video. I hope you will stay tuned. So I love you. God bless and have a great week. Bye-bye. So let's give it. Oops. Besides, birds of a feather flock together, and chickens don't fly with eagles.